I'm a firm believer of staying ready before having to get ready, right? At this very moment, I don't have any kids. I have more nieces and nephews than I can count. I don't know. I don't have enough hands and toes to count all my nieces and nephews. So I guess you could say I'm going to do this for my nieces and nephews. But the truth is, I want to be prepared because I understand how little time people have when they have kids, right? So in my theory is when I actually have the kid, I'm not going to have time to read him 1,000 books, right? I'm going to be preoccupied with, changing his diapers or her diapers, worrying about every little thing that they're going to eat. I'm going to be so preoccupied with everything else that I was thinking, well, while I don't have a kid, do the hard things when they're easy, right? So doing the hard thing is reading a whole bunch of little books. So when I do have a kid, I don't have to think about that, right? I can easily just plop him in front of the YouTube and he gets to watch me. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So he gets, or her, excuse me, the baby gets some quality time with me because they still get to listen to my voice, they still get to see me, but then I also free up time to allow me to do other things, right? And through thinking like that, I was just talking to my little brother, and he just had a baby, and we're talking about, well, why don't you just put him like, because I'm always talking about education, right? Always talking about education. I'm like, look, if the baby is a sponge right now, so if you whatever you put in front of that baby, it's gonna like attain every little bit of information, right? So it's like, why don't you teach the baby English and Spanish now, right? So by the time the baby's like 5, it's already gonna know a little bit of Spanish. It's gonna be easier for the kid in the long run, right? Now he agreed with me on the idea, but the problem is he didn't speak Spanish, right? Now my Spanish isn't amazing, so I wouldn't be able to really teach the baby. But I was like, well, I have all these English Spanish books, right? So reading the English and reading the Spanish works not only for my little brother and his baby, but it also works for, because I live in Colombia half the year, Colombia, South America, for all my friends that have babies over there, because they understand Spanish, but they don't know English. So it's hard to teach their kid English if they don't speak it, right? So I figured I'm knocking out 3 birds with one stone, helping out American kids learn Spanish, helping out Spanish kids learn English, and helping out my future kids and my nieces and nephews be duolingual, right? So with no further ado, not all the books are in Spanish, mind you. Some of the books are, I have a bookstore, so I mean, you can kind of see. Those are the books that are waiting to go to Amazon. Amazon shut me down while the coronavirus is going on, so I can't send them to Amazon. So if you're looking for books, just wait a minute. I'm trying to send them, but Amazon's not letting me. But back on point, I have a lot of kids' books, so I figured, what better way? Start reading kids' books and eventually get to the Spanish books as well. So with no further ado, oh yeah, I'm gonna ask my brother-in-law, or not my brother-in-law, sorry, my little brother, what time does he usually put his kids to bed? Now, I don't know that because I haven't asked yet. But when he tells me around the time which story time is, then every day I'll be premiering a new video every day of kids' books around the same time that he puts his kids to bed. So if he puts his kids to bed later than yours, I'm sorry. If he puts them to bed way earlier than yours, again, I'm sorry. I only have one person to base this off of, so we're going to go with whatever time he puts his kids to sleep is when we'll premiere the video. All right. See you in the first video.